Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Leadnap Gaming. Did the Nomad make all other starter ships obsolete? What's the best starter? And, of course, how do you get one?
Systems activated. Systems on.
This isn't the first time I've done one of these, but the landscape has changed with the introduction of the Nomad and a few others. And while my overall advice hasn't changed, the road to get there has. In the description below, I've placed chapter marks, as there's information in this video specifically for new players and information for players who've been in the verse for years. Use accordingly. At IAE 2950, CIG rolled out the new Nomad, a premium starter ship that has the community convinced all the other starters are obsolete and useless. And what isn't to like about the new Nomad? The living quarters here are far more extravagant than, say, an Avenger Titan, and you get all the hygiene facilities and kitchen and even a locker. Fancy ladder aside, what the Nomad really gifts you is these 3 size 3 hardpoints and 24 SCU of cargo on an external bed that grants your starter something the rest don't have: the ability to carry the mega moneymaker Grey Cat Rock. Credits for credits, it's true. The Nomad is king. It's also the most expensive ship classified as a starter. So the Space Turtle, isn't perfect. To start with, the most promising feature won't work until this guy, who insists on doing it himself, finishes the expandable cargo grid tech. Until that happens, most of your rock adventures are probably going to end with you not cashing in big. Welcome to Star Citizen. You're also going to get really good at refueling your ship, because premium starter means you're learning to pay like you're hitting that premium button at the pump. There is certainly room to say then that the Nomad baptizes new players in all realities that Star Citizens accept as daily life, better than all of the other starter ships combined. Yet that sort of frustration isn't a good way to get into the verse. Let's be real though about all starter ships. Their purpose is to get you in the game and teach you the basics. No starter ship is going to make big money, or be a beast in battle. It's to take you from A to B, where B is where you buy real ships. In my last video on the subject, I said it didn't matter which starter ship you purchase, because in a week or two, you'll be upgrading it to something else, and that something else is almost certainly a Cutlass Black. That's the first place the Nomad kicks you in the teeth. From a Mustang or an Aurora, you can cheaply slide yourself into an Avenger Titan, my favorite low-cost starter with some ability. You've got the 300s to check out and the Reliant Core, which is just a fun and unique way to travel. There is, of course, the Arrow too if you want a pure fighter. All of these are cheaper than the Nomad at the new $95 starting price, meaning you can't upgrade to them, nor many others. The Cutty Black Starter Pack is $115. If you're willing to spend $95 to get into Star Citizen, do yourself a favor and just buy the Black out the gate. You might not know it yet, but you're going to spend that money anyways. Honestly, the Cutty Black is the best place to start, and I personally know new backers who came in on Nomads. They've already made the jump to the Black. The Black does everything the Nomad does, but better. You get a multi-crew option too, and your rock will never randomly fly out. Medium, not small components, more weapons, and VTOL engines that sip hydrogen fuel compared to the Nomad. The Nomad in the hands of a skilled pilot, not a starting pilot, can do most bounty missions. The Black, well, you're still going to have to learn, but it's going to be way easier. 24 SCU is great for a starter, but that's really just enough to convince you on paper that you can play Space Trucker. The margins on anything legal to sell will make the time spent doing anything else more profitable. Sure, illicit goods have margins, but you don't have the cash enough to even buy it. And if you did, well, you'd spend several hours at trade terminals selling fractions of an SCU every couple of minutes. 36 SCU on the Black, on the other hand, crosses a threshold where if you make the right runs, there's respectable profit to help you get started. If you really want a space truck, spend a few more dollars on top of that Black, and get a Freelancer Max. Now you can run cargo, but that ship isn't everyone's cup of tea. So great advice, Led, spend $115. There is a better option. When the 100 series released, I said it was a starter no different from an Aurora or an Avenger. Nothing special, and I felt the problem with it was if you owned any other ship in the game, that was a useless ship to own. I couldn't have been more wrong. The 100 series is everything the Aurora was, but improved in every way. Now, sure, we all laugh at Auroras, but the Aurora can do things other ships in Star Citizen can't. While perfecting multi-crew rock mining, I decided to take the Loner 100 for IAE out, and I discovered the hidden talents this ship has. While the Nomad will teach you all of the ins and outs of hydrogen refueling, the 100 series fuel scoop will keep you from spending even a single credit on the stuff. You can spend all the hours a CIG server can run scanning the surface for deposits in this baby, which was reason enough for me to buy one. Though once I did, I found out this ship is incredibly useful for so much more. Hands down, if you're going to run courier missions, this is your best bet. Getting in and out with the no character animation entry? Awesome. Especially because, like an Aurora, you can park this thing literally at the base of the stairs. Just make sure your stairs are fully extended before you step on or off. The in and out isn't all. No, this ship has amazing flight characteristics that will make the Nomad feel like a bus. You can rocket on low-gravity moons towards the outpost with ease because your ability to actually thrust brake exists. At one point, I had a 600i trying to grief me coming out of an outpost, and I laughed the whole way, knowing he would never catch me rocketing out of the armistice zone. The handling is one of my favorite parts, but do know this isn't going to be for everyone. The 125 handles similar to a 600, just a whole lot faster. There's this sort of drift at higher speeds when turning because the directional thrusters on the sides are quite small. You get used to that, but what really matters, this ship feels and flies like a lot of the larger ships. Prior to this, the 600i was my general daily flyer. I spend a lot of time in the Star Runner 2 now, and as a cargo guy, I do a lot of stuff in the Cat. Point is, I spend very little time in small ships, so when I do get in them, I feel like the sensitivity's been turned to 11. The 100 series, however, floats instead of jerking violently through maneuvers. Don't get me wrong, this is a performance flyer. It's just more smooth, enjoyable. When you look at the 100 series, ignore the 100 and 135. The 125 is the only one you need. Like the other starters, the SCU in all of them is too small to haul, but the 125 is a fighter, gives you some missiles to bring along as well as extra speed. Originally, I felt they should have done more with the cabin, but I realized today the open space is perfect for throwing 3 boxes. Overnight, the 125 became my daily flyer. Unless I'm going out to do something specialized, this is the ship I take. Having one has changed how I go from city to orbital, go shop for components, package a run to kill time, and head to a rendezvous for a multi-crew. I can't forget Team Rock Mining either. That's the real test. This is the only ship classified as a starter that's in my personal fleet of so many other ships. Eventually, you'll get ships that perform the roles better, and the early ships end up melting away in that march towards progress. But the 125 in my fleet has become the general workhorse. The 100 series isn't just the real premium starter ship, it's one of the best ships every player should have. Unfortunately, the 100 series teaches the best lesson about CIG there is. For whatever odd reason, this starter ship is not sold year-round. So if you're new to Star Citizen and you're not sure what ship to start with, truthfully, as I said before, just get the Cuddy Black for $115. Sure, it's more than an $80 PlayStation title, but it's the real ship you're going to want learning in the verse. If $115 is too much to ask, spend the $70 on an Avenger Titan, unless the 125A is available as a game package. If you're afraid of all the negative press about Star Citizen, grab yourself a Mustang starter pack for $45. But don't blame me after your first week when you catch yourself upgrading it to a Titan. To the new players out there, a few more things to know about the overly complicated world of buying and upgrading ships. To begin with, to buy or upgrade ships, go here to the Pledge Store. Once you're here, if you're looking for that first ship, you'll need a game package. Select this View All Game Packages link to see all the options. That's where you're going to find that Black or that Avenger. After that, know that ships are sold without a game package, which is found here under Extras. You'll notice the cost of ships is lower, because you're not also buying the game. Now, you probably have seen plenty of videos about cool ships that aren't showing up on this list. CIG doesn't sell the whole catalog of ships year-round. They do this marketing strategy where you fear you won't be able to get it anymore, so you buy it when you can. At least twice per year, CIG sells the entire catalog with few exceptions priced in the thousands of dollars. Most ships will rotate through availability throughout the year as well, and there are multiple other sales where, again, most of the ships are sold. When ships are available, you'll see them here in the standalone ship list, and probably in the banners at the top of the site announcing that they're for sale. If the ship is available, you can upgrade to it, called a cross-chassis upgrade or CCU, by going to this Ship Upgrades page. Here you'll select the ship you want to upgrade and the ship you want to make it. This will place the CCU in your hangar and it won't automatically change the ship. In your hangar, you'll need to apply it, and I have multiple videos on this process to guide you. Do keep in mind upgrades must go up in value. You cannot CCU an Avenger to a 125A, for example, because they're both $60 ships. You can't upgrade a Cuddy Black to a 125 either, because the Cuddy is $40 more expensive. Lastly, there is an option to recycle your ships for credit, a process referred to as melting, where you exchange the ship for credits you can then spend on new ships or items. On the topic of credits, War Bond means cash only and is usually at a discount, so you can't use store credits on those, but you can on a regular standard version of the ship. In summary, the Nomad is great, but you're still going to upgrade it to a Cutlass Black after a week. The real premium starter worth owning, even if you've been in the verse for years, is the 125A, so snap up one of those into your fleet next time you get the chance, and you won't regret it. To the newest of players, welcome to the verse. YouTube is your friend, and I'll be here to help you as you need it. Let me know in the comments what your first starter ship was and how long you kept it. As always, don't forget to like and share this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I will catch you all next time.